as you see, they've also got some tough competition from the Lancers. You're going to be looking for the Wildcats, you're going to be looking for Alice Taylor, number 9, and Kriya Mickles, number 10. They will be very important cogs for Sacred Heart tonight. As far as the Lancers are concerned, they bring in they are ranked number 23 in the nation, and they have yet to lose a home contest this season. And I'll bring you up to date on all that story in a second or two. So that one's tipped, and that's point to St. Francis. So St. Francis has possession again, and that's Taylor Williams, whom I talked about a while ago. Dug out. And that one, I think, is going to be just wide. And so St. Francis has a 3-1 lead in the early going. As I was saying, Erin Curtis, number 6, is someone you'll want to keep an eye on tonight for the Lancers. She leads the team in both aces and kills. But so far, she hasn't been real necessary. There have been some very good serving going on here. Williams, dug out there by the libero. And that one, good cross-court attempt there. Not quite down. That was Alice Taylor, whom I mentioned a little while ago. And St. Ignatius is going to need a timeout. So we will be back to them shortly. Don't go away. We're back here at the Alumni Gym here at St. Francis, where the Lancers holding a 5-1 lead. And Taylor Williams continuing to hold serve. Good set. And that's back over, and that represents the longest rally so far that we've had. Good deflection there by the libero. Another good dig. That one's going to come off the roof. And Logan Stern from St. Ignatius kind of caught unawares. And as I've said so many times in the past, and I'll say it one more time, the beams on the roofs of these high school gymnasiums, they can do great harm and give great help to your team. You got to play them where they are. And that one is going to go off the hand of one of the Lancer players, and St. Ignatius will pick it up, trailing 2-6. One other thing that may be consequential this evening is that St. Francis has not gone to a 5th set in any of their 4 contests. They came in with a 3-1 record. And that one scooped up and not a legal hit, and so 7-2, and the Lancers will have it back. As I was saying, the Lancers have not played a 5-set match so far this year. St. Ignatius has played at least one, so endurance may be telling tonight. And that one's going to need to be rescued, and back over there by Taylor Williams. Another good save, and back over. Short set and too short, as we had 2 or 3 players going for it. Jamie Lowe, the libero, was in on that, but nobody expected to set that short, or if they did, they weren't lined up to receive it. So now it's 8-2 in favor of the Lancers. And that one's going to be a little bit long. So a rare unforced error from the Lady Lancers, and the Wildcats will have the ball back. There is Tara Hagan. She's a 5'6" senior, serving it away. And there's Erin Curtis, the kill attempt. Short and good block there by St. Ignatius. Another good block. And a third good block. And that one did get over, and the ball's still in play. Aaron Curtis again, kept in play by the Wildcats. Ooh! And Jamie Lowe getting into a little bit of a incursion there with Gianna Halte, number 8. And the Lancers now have a 9-3 lead in the first set. Now serving Hannah McGuire. She is a senior. Low with the bump. And kept in play, but that's going to be 4 hits. And the Lancers go up by another point. This is Hannah McGuire's first year on the varsity. I don't have any statistics for her, but she seemed to be serving very productively so far. 11-3 now. Hannah is a 5'10" junior. Low. And a great kill there by Gianna Halte, number 8. And the Wildcats will get it back. Your server now is Gianna Halte, as we just said. No statistics for her. Ooh, dropped in very nicely by Maggie Fannin, number 3. She's a 5'9" senior. So a little bit of a rally here now by the Wildcats. Dug out, kept in, and good block there, and it ends up in the face of Tara Hagan. And the Lancers have control of the match again. There is Erin Curtis serving. She's got about a 92% serving percentage and 78 aces. Good block there. Tangji Natani and Ella Fulton. Ella is 6'1". Don't have a height for Tangji. 13-5 Lancers. And that one won't help her average. But she does help the Lancers build their advantage a little bit. And now, Jamie Lowe. Back set, tipped. Good dig there by Lowe. And another good dig there by the St. Francis libero. And these teams showing each other what they can do, and the blocking there on the right side comes through again with Fulton and Natane. Ella Fulton is 6'1", and only Taylor Williams is as tall as she is. Now we have Whitney Wallace. She's a 5'8" junior and playing libero with the serve. Good there by Wallace. Blocked. Back set. Good resetting there by St. Ignatius. And they came away with a point. That was Jocelyn Jones, who's a 6-foot senior over on the far side, playing opposite hitter. Logan Stern now taking over for serving. She's a 5'9" senior. that one incredibly brought back by the Lancers. Good teamwork there. Tipped, and that one's going to be palming. And something that's very easy to do. It's instinctive to want to keep the ball in play, but that's going to cost the Lancers a point. And now the Wildcats down by just 6. Ooh, good heads-up ball there on the near side by St. Ignatius. I believe that was Alice Taylor, number 9, reacting beautifully to the soft over there. Tipped, oh. Valiant effort there by Gianna Halte, number 8. Not quite enough. And so the Lancers, with their lead now cut to 6, but still very powerful and still very much in control. There's Claire Egan, and it's her first year on the varsity. And she's serving it away. Oh, good blocking there, but not quite enough. And that's Soraya Newman on the far side. She's a 5'9" senior, and she's playing middle hitter. Back to Egan for the serve. And more blocking expertise, and that time Hannah McGuire and Sasha Tuma on your near side as the run continues now for the Lancers. And that one is out. So, wise move there by the Wildcats to let that one go. So St. Ignatius now takes over serving. And that is Jamie Martin, 5'6" senior, putting it into play. Ooh, too many hits by one person there. So the double hit restores the serve now to the Lancers, and Taylor Williams taking it again. Taylor's got a 94% serving percentage. And that one's a beauty. Landing right square in the middle, and not particularly well timed there by the reception. Taylor, this is her 3rd year on the varsity here at St. Francis. Good kill there, and an attempt there by Claire Egan to fish it out, but it didn't work. And with an 8-point deficit, here come the Wildcats one more time. Soraya Newman, whom I mentioned a moment ago, she's a 5'9" senior, and she puts it into play now for St. Ignatius. And that one is going to be out. So not very characteristic there from Erin Curtis. She's usually got better ball placement than that. So we got a 19-12 score. Ooh. There's Erin Curtis, and it's dug out. Over and brilliantly placed there along the near side. And they saw an advantage, and they took it. And now we've got a 6-point deficit. Ooh, short set. Good blocking there again by St. Francis. Still in play. Good cross-court pass, tipped in and out of the hands of Erin Curtis. And we now have a 5-point deficit, and St. Francis wants to have a chat. So it's 19-14 in favor of the Lancers, but the Wildcats coming on strong. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back, volleyball fans, to the Alumni Gym. St. Francis with a 5-point lead over the visiting St. Ignatius Wildcats, but St. Ignatius coming back and drawing to within 5. There is Erin Curtis doing what she does best. And that is kill number 672 for Erin Curtis in her 3 years at St. Francis. Serving now is Sasha Tuma. Curtis now dug out by the libero, and somebody didn't like what they saw. And that's a point to St. Francis. Sasha's got an 89% serving percentage. She is also on the varsity basketball team, and she is in her senior year as a Lancer. And that one's going to be a short one. Serving errors are part of every volleyball team and every volleyball match. And we've seen that. Tara Hagan now serving for the Wildcats. It's a 6-point game. Dug out. Ooh, again blocked. That time Hannah McGuire and Ella Fulton teaming up to what might be called a picket fence. Hannah McGuire herself now serving. Also a senior. And nicely done. And that's off of the hands of Curtis and Ella Fulton over there on the far side. 6-point game. But the Wildcats need to play some very fast catch-up if they want to stay in this set. That's Gianna Halte now serving. And that was a mirror image of what we saw a moment ago, where a kill attempt by Curtis goes off the hands of the defending side, and it's a 23-16 contest right now as the Lancers close in on this first set. Erin Curtis. Good dig there. And that one is going to be a little bit long. Or is it? No. Point to St. Ignatius. I would have called that out. So we're back to a 6-point game. And St. Francis, I think, can't believe it. Jamie Lowe now serving. And that might have been better going out, and somehow it's rescued and it's kept in play. Good work there by the Lancers. And that time again, Doug, that one almost hits the ceiling. Ah, clever. And that one, I think, was hit out of bounds. I think Taylor Williams didn't see that she'd stepped out, and it's now down to a 5-point deficit, which is about the smallest that we've had in this set so far. And that one also out, so good visionary work here late in the set by the Wildcats, as now they have a 4-point deficit and looking for 3, and Jamie Lowe holding serve. And St. Francis slamming the door on that little rally as set point for our first set coming up right now. Whitney Wallace, she's got an 88% serving percentage. And she also is on the varsity girls soccer team here at St. Francis. Ooh. Good attempt at a defense there by Sasha Tuma. Now we got a 4-point deficit, but it is still set point. And is that Gianna Halte who's about to serve? I think it is. And that's going to do it as the kill by Taylor Williams in what was a very well-fought first set goes to the St. Francis Lancers. So we're going to take a timeout while these ladies talk to their coaches. St. Francis up 1-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Alumni Gym. The story of the first set was really that the Lancers were able to establish themselves, particularly their serving game, early on, and they built up a lead that St. Ignatius, although they put in a valiant effort in the closing stages of that set, the Wildcats were just not able to overcome the lead. Ball handling on both sides was excellent. Serving was very good also on both sides. Both sides had great defense, but it was really just a case of St. Francis building a lead and then not diminishing it. I don't believe that the Wildcats ever got within closer than 3 points during the course of the first set. It's also a little bit of a variation from the experience that St. Ignatius had because they tend to outscore their opponents in the first set. Now keep in mind that St. Ignatius has played 9 matches so far this season. The Lancers only played 4. So that may throw off the numbers. That being said, if St. Ignatius wants to get an equalizer set, they're going to need to establish themselves quickly. They're going to need to build up a lead and not allow St. Francis to do what it does best, which is get the ball to Aaron Curtis and play defense with the height advantage that they do. Whitney Wallace has been playing libero, and I haven't really talked about her too much so far, but she has, are you ready for this? She has 775 digs, and that's not counting what she's put away tonight so far. She's also got the most digs per set and the most serve receptions. And speaking of whom, here she is right now. So Whitney will be leading stuff in. She's got 72 aces. And double hit there by the Wildcats. Nasty unforced error. And St. Francis has a 1-0 lead. And that one is going to go just a little bit out of bounds. Not a lot of authority on that kill attempt. And St. Francis being allowed to establish their serve early, and this is what did in the Wildcats in the first set. And that one's going to be a little bit long. So good vision there by St. Ignatius. If I had to give the Wildcats the advantage in any one category so far this match, it would be awareness. And that's Jamie Martin who's serving now for the Wildcats, number 18. Awareness of where the lines are and letting balls go that they don't need to be running after. And another point now for the Lancers. I think that was Sasha Tuma, number 10, that was in on that. Taking over serving now is Claire Egan. We talked a little about her in the last set. And are they going to be able to run that down? No, a little bit too far of a journey there. And so far it is a repeat of the first set as the Lancers, through their own serving and through unforced errors, have built up a 4-1 lead. Same thing happened last set. And that one should fall, and it's not. I would have counted that in myself, but one more for the Lancers. Valued an attempt there. And that one's long. And again, I have to give props to these young ladies from St. Ignatius. They know exactly when to call things. And that's Logan, I beg your pardon, that's Soraya Newman, number 13, serving it in. Short set, good block there. And that one placed perfectly, and that is Hannah McGuire who's going to get credit for that one. I don't have any statistics for Hannah, so that may be her first kill. Now Taylor Williams. Blocked. And not able to recover there was Alice Taylor, number 9. And it's a 7-2 match here in the second set. Oh, those balls that end up brushing the net, you just don't know what to do with them. And it's true at every level of the game, no matter who's playing. It's always a judgment call. Good block, kept in play. And that one was scooped just a little bit. So, good placement, but not going to count. So now the Wildcats have possession again, and their server is Tara Hagan. And that one off the hand of, you guessed it, Aaron Curtis. And one more time, the Lancers have it. And the Lancers have been just dominating this second set so far. And that is Nya Kakao coming in. Nya is 5'4", and she will play libero, and so she's coming in to serve. I'll tell you more about her if I can. And that one is out. And so they get lucky on that one. Nya Kakao, 5'4" junior. It's her first year on the varsity, and she has never made a serving error. And that one's deflected perfectly. And Ella Fulton walks away from that saying, yes, I did do that. Thank you very much. Also, number 8 has a 97% serving percentage. Now that one won't help. So that is her first serving error. And the Wildcats will get the ball back. And out she goes. And Ella Fulton saying, hey, I expected that to be up here. You passed it to my waist. Gianna Halte now serving. It's a 5-11 game. Kill attempt, nice block. And another one. St. Ignatius realizing that they could jump on a third one. And St. Francis recovers, and now it's going over to the other side. Blocked. This is a blocking clinic these girls are putting on here. And that one goes down. Valiant attempt by the libero, but Aaron Curtis brings home the point for the Lancers. And it's a 12-5 match. Hannah McGuire now stepping up to serve. Good. Oh, that was actually kept in play. I thought that hit the floor. Ooh. And McGuire saying sorry about that. It went sort of off of her fingers, then not much of a palm on that. So serve goes back to the Wildcats. And that's Jamie Lowe. Ooh. And Fulton took a swing at that one, but again, not passed to where her height could be used the most advantage. And it's a 5-point deficit. And there we go. Quick ball handling, and they're able to save it. Great teamwork there. Another good dig, and are they going to be able to? No, that one's going to head out. Great effort there by Jamie Lowe, but it wasn't enough. And it's a 6-point game. And now Aaron Curtis. High toss there. And back set. The hands, are they going to get it? No, not enough. And Hannah McGuire doing what I call a puddle scraper on that one to keep it in play, but it's going to go back to the Wildcats now. Seems like a closer match now than it was a little bit earlier. Logan Stern, your server. And a great kill there. Maggie Fannin, number 3, the outside hitter. Brings the Wildcats to within 4. A good bluff there, and that one, is that going to be staying in? Yes, it is! Great job there. Recovery, and that one is, did it hit the antenna? No, it's still in play. Good control. Now that's looped over the defenders or the blockers. That one's tipped. Still in play now by the Lancers. Curtis kind of picked off there. Oh, and that was a pass, and that would have been 4 hits. Good teamwork, but they forgot what hit they were on. And Whitney Wallace taking over serving again for the Lancers with a 5-point cushion. And that's going to be a little bit long. St. Ignatius managing to keep the Lancers this time from going on a whole lot of long runs. And that is Jamie Martin, I believe, who's serving now. And that one ricocheted all over the place, and they weren't able to come up with it, and it's a 15-10 margin. And there's Claire Egan serving once again for the Lancers. Ooh. That one. Good attempt at a defense there by Logan Stern, number 12, but not enough. And the Wildcats want a timeout. So we'll take one while they're working on that. Right now, St. Francis 16, St. Ignatius 10. We'll be right back. Back here, you can see that the scoreboard reading 16-10. And that scoreboard did not just fade out. There we go. 16-10, and your server is Claire Egan. Libero, outside hitter, junior, and now serving. And that one off the hands of Aaron Curtis, and no way for them to recover. Couple more unforced errors this set that we didn't see the first time. And it's a 5-point match. And Soraya Newman takes over. And that one's volleyed over. Oh! And great attempt to make something out of nothing. And it was just a little bit wide. And St. Francis will get the ball back. 17-11 now in favor of the Lancers. And Taylor Williams now serving. She has 52 aces. Haven't seen too many aces so far this match, I don't think. And that one beautifully executed there by Aaron Curtis, who saw a column right in front of the St. Ignatius net. Ready, aim, fire, and brought it home. 7-point margin now for St. Francis. And that one's going to be too long. And the Lancers knew it from the minute it left the hand of Sophia Lucas. And that one's going to be a little long. So with a 19-12 score, St. Ignatius gets the ball back. Tara Hagen coming back in to serve. Blocked. And that one is going to pay off. Claire Egan making a diving attempt. She might have let that one go. So now it's a 6-point deficit. But the Wildcats still playing from behind. Let's see if they can catch up here. Curtis with a kill. Probably 673 now for Ms. Curtis. And Nia Kakao coming now in. A little earlier, she made her very first serving error ever. And that, unfortunately, is her second one. So again, unforced error is being a little bit more prominent on both sides this match. Gianna Halte. Tipped. Tipped again. Curtis, and that one probably was going to hit the floor anyway, but Jamie Lowe just couldn't get out of the way. And the Lancers have turned the corner. 21-14. Hannah McGuire back to serving. Good save there by Jamie Lowe. And that one's going to be long. As now St. Francis closes in on set number 2. And that one's going to be a little bit long also. So Jamie Lowe serving again now for the Wildcats. Down 7. Tipped, kept in play, and they're going to have to get it over, and they do. And beautifully done. No chance at all for Gianna Halte. 8-point margin, and St. Francis looking to close out this second set. And that one's going to be long or wide. Logan Stern taking over serving again for the Wildcats. Here she comes. Tipping there. Tipping, more tipping, and Taylor Williams, I beg your pardon. Coming away with it. Set point once again for the Lancers. And Whitney Wallace looking to finish off the second set. And that one, not quite there. Wildcats still facing down a set point, and that is Elise Lau, number 4, who's coming in now to serve. See if she can sustain the run a little bit. And second set to St. Francis off the block there by Taylor Williams. So a 2-set lead for the Lancers headed into set number 3. And when we come back, we'll start that set. Don't go away. Welcome back to St. Francis High School as the Lady Lancers have a 2-set lead over the visiting St. Ignatius Wildcats. The story of this set, the one that we've just finished, that is, a little bit more of a role for unforced errors, but again, it was a case of St. Francis grabbing an early lead and hanging onto it and never letting St. Ignatius quite get into striking distance. I don't think the margin was ever fewer than 4 points. Both teams put on what I called a blocking clinic. They both have the jumping ability and they both have the height to handle that. I think we have a number of players that are 6'1" that are on the court at any particular time between the two teams. But if St. Ignatius wants to stay in this game, they are going to have to get an early lead and hold on to it and hold on tight, because this is a St. Francis squad that if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. I don't think we've seen any aces so far in this contest. but the serving has been excellent on both sides. So we're just about getting ready to go here. And St. Ignatius will start off with the serve. And I believe that's Logan Stern who's going to get things going here in the third set. If we can get a volleyball in her hand. No, she has one. Good dig. Tipped. And that one is going to fall, and a point. And St. Francis, once again, with an early lead. Claire Egan serving now. There it goes. And that one's going to be a little bit long, and St. Francis coming away with the point. And that one's going to be long. So as I said earlier, St. Ignatius has been very good at spotting balls that are headed out. They just have not been quite as good in quick responses. Ooh, good dig there, and it's not quite enough, but props to Jamie Lowe for getting underneath that one. Taylor Williams serving. Good tip, but it's well handled by the Lancers, and it's kept in play and falls. And Aaron Curtis does it again. Williams at the serve again. And that one's going to be a little bit long. And yet again, the Lancers building up an early lead. And that is not what St. Ignatius wanted coming into this third and maybe final set if things keep going the way they are. Good block there, and this time it falls. And Jocelyn Jones along with Soraya Newman. Jocelyn being 6 feet. Get advantage of that. And there's Soraya. And 5-2. And let's see what they can do with this. And brilliantly placed there by Hannah McGuire. Seeing probably out of the corner of her eye that there was an opportunity and taking it. And Ya Cacao coming back in. It's her first year on the varsity. And that one is going to fall. And that one is not. That one's going to be a little bit long. And so the Lancers maintaining a lead, although the Wildcats have made their presence known in this set early on that they did not do in previous circumstances. And that one's off of Aaron Curtis's hand. Nice cross-court effort, and we have a 2-point deficit, and that's as close as it's been, except for the very, very beginning of the sets here. And Tara Hagan is coming in to serve now for the Wildcats. Good bluff and good block. Another kill, and that one's going to be tipped, and it's going to get away from Sophia Lucas, number 6. As St. Francis regains control of things. Hannah McGuire up to serve again. Ace for Hannah, and that may be her very first one. And it is the very first one that I can remember in this match. 9-3 now, Lancers. Dug out by Wallace. And that one is going to be a little bit long. St. Ignatius will get the ball back. Good dig, and I heard a whistle. And that's going to be a point for the Lancers. Somebody hit that too many times. And here's Aaron Curtis, who gets my vote for the most valuable player on this, the Lancers side of the ledger, if you will. Ooh, quick pass there to Fulton, who wasn't expecting it. And Fulton's had a few times where she's jumped higher than the pass went. But she can see she's not too bothered by that. 10-5 Lancers. Short pass, and that's going to be an ace for Jamie Lowe. And 10-6, and now St. Ignatius showing they're not going to go quietly. Ooh, close one, and that one is going to, did it hit the referee? I can't see, but in any case, that's going to be too long, and it's a 10-7 match. As St. Ignatius maybe creeping back into this, maybe feeling a little bit of momentum. And it's bashed down there by Soraya Newman, and it's 10-8. And St. Francis wants a timeout, and I can't say I blame them. So it's a 2-point match here in the third set. We'll be right back to see what else happens. You have to wonder if St. Francis isn't coming apart just a little here, because they had a 2-set lead. They have a 2-set lead. But now St. Ignatius looking to take the lead for the first time in tonight's contest. And they have been drawing near off of the serving hand of Jamie Lowe, number 16. So let's see if they can continue this run. It's at least a 4-pointer. And again, served up on a silver platter for St. Ignatius. And Alice Taylor puts paid to that, and we have a 1-point game. Williams. And blasted home, and that extinguishes what had been an excellent St. Ignatius run. And Whitney Wallace stepping back to the end line to serve. Taylor Williams again, reestablishing the St. Francis lead. Ooh. And that one's going to go off some hands, and St. Ignatius will have another chance to get back into this thing. And Logan Stern heading back to serve. We've seen a lot of her tonight. And that, oh, so close, but that's going to go to St. Francis. Just a little bit wide. And Logan probably wants that one back. Now Claire Egan resuming her service. She's got a 3-point cushion to work with. And that one, likewise, a little bit too long. We're back to a 2-point deficit, and you have a new server, and that is Elise Lau, number 4. She's a 5'11" junior. Saw her in the last set. Ooh, and she wasn't prepared for that one. That was Taylor Williams saying, hey, what was that? I wasn't expecting that pass. So now we're back to a 1-point game. And St. Ignatius with a chance to tie the score here. And it will not happen, at least not yet, as Taylor Williams making up for the previous mishap and taking over serving, increasing the lead to 2. And that one's going to be wide. So St. Francis reestablishing their lead, but St. Ignatius, tenacious St. Ignatius. And that pass might have been a little bit too far in the backcourt, but St. Francis handles it, and they come away with the kill. And Aaron Curtis just unstoppable over on that far side. And that one also, and Aaron Curtis saying, hey, you did that to us a couple of times. We're going to return the favor. And St. Ignatius wants a timeout. So we'll step away while the Wildcats and the Lancers figure things out. Don't go away. Seeming to reestablish control of the match, St. Ignatius doing their best to hold on, but they are 8 points away from being sent home in a sweep. So we'll see what happens here. Nicely done with the tip by Janie Lowe. And St. Ignatius, as I said earlier, refusing to go quietly. And here comes Jamie Martin. She's a 5'6" senior. Good shift in gears there. Blocked, kept in. And that one also blocked, and that one is going to go to St. Ignatius. They say that Aaron might have underhanded that a little bit. So St. Ignatius now drawing to within 3, trying to keep this game from turning into a rout by the Lancers. Good kill there. And that was Jocelyn Jones, the 6-foot opposing hitter, bringing St. Ignatius back to within 2. But still, will they be able to tie the score up? They have not managed to do that all night tonight. Oh, serving error. And that is going to give the ball back to the Lancers again. Now sitting on a 3-point lead. And here's Nya Kakao. Blocked, kept in play, and it's not going to be enough. As Kakao came storming back to the front from the rear of the court, but wasn't able to get underneath it. And St. Ignatius again with a chance to catch up with their rivals. There's Tara Hagan, number 14, now serving. A little bit of shift in personnel there. Alice Taylor coming back into the game now for the Wildcats. Ooh, good save there. But remarkable vision there by the front line. And Hannah McGuire again with a 3-point lead. Oh, and the dig there by Williams spirals out. And for the third or fourth time in the row, a 2-point margin separating these teams, and St. Ignatius with a chance to make it one. Gianna Halte serving. And again, silver platter material as Maggie Fannin, number 3, the 5'9" senior opposing hitter, just slaps it down. And again they do it, and now in the third set we have a tie game. St. Ignatius has battled all the way back, and now they have a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. And it goes off the side of the hand of Sophia Lucas, number 6. And the Lancers maybe snatching victory out of the jaws of defeat there. Now Erin Curtis serving. High toss. Ooh. Still in, and St. Francis very wisely watches that fall out. So building up a 2-point lead, having turned the corner now. St. Francis maybe thinking this could be their night. And that one's going to end up in the stands off of Gianna Halte, and St. Ignatius wants a timeout. We'll step aside while they work this out. When we come back, we may have the finale of tonight's contest. Don't go away. There you can see the St. Ignatius Wildcats as they're taking their respective places. They have been battling really hard this set to stay in this contest. And this has been the closest set of the 3 we've had so far. But there we see Erin Curtis, that high toss and a serving error. And so 2 points separating these two teams once again. And Jamie Lowe bringing it into play for the Wildcats. And a little bit of ping pong there, and not well played by, I think that might have been Ella Fulton. So now we've got a 1-point contest, and now St. Francis wants a break. We'll come back and see what they have to say right after this. Well, as the late Phil Rizzuto said, we got a real pressure cooker going here in the third set, as St. Ignatius trying to stay alive here, down 2 sets, but now only down 1 point. They did tie it briefly a little earlier. So let's see if they can tie it and then maybe pull ahead, and that one's gonna fall. Net cord. And a very fortunate one, and for the second time this set, we have a tie between these two teams. So now the Wildcats with a chance to take the lead for the first time in this contest. And that one goes to St. Ignatius, and they have taken the lead. They have a 1-point advantage over the Lancers in this set on the road. And that one will fall. Bella Fulton got a piece of it, and it's set point for St. Ignatius. Facing elimination now, they are on the verge of taking the third set here away from the Lancers. And that one's gonna go to St. Francis, as there was an underhand hit. Still looking at set point, but the Lancers now perhaps feeling a little defensive and realizing that they have to do what they do best if they want to take this home early tonight. Back set, and it goes down, and St. Ignatius, after having been left for dead, now is very much back in this contest, and it is a 2-set-to-1 tally, and we'll be back for the 4th set right after this. Don't you dare go away.
Hey folks, we'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors, like The Post. The Post restaurant provides a sophisticated ambiance, a diverse menu, and acclaimed service for an exceptional guest experience. The Post. Comfort food you can feel good about. The Cranberry Scoop is an iconic gift boutique in downtown Los Altos that provides unique items in a charming space. The Cranberry Scoop is the gift store locals love. The agency is revolutionizing real estate with a boutique approach, creative marketing, and cutting-edge technology. The agency, make yourself at home. And finally, the Peninsula Center of Cosmetic Dentistry offers a patient-centered approach that makes every client feel at ease. Transform your smile at the Peninsula Center of Cosmetic Dentistry. Thanks for sticking around. Now let's get back to the game.
Back here at St. Francis, where the Lancers kind of given a wake-up call by the Wildcats, as the third set, which had looked for so long to be a gimme for the Lancers and an early night for both teams. And then the Wildcats show they weren't quite ready for a bus ride back to San Francisco, as they have captured the third set, and now we have ourselves a contest. Story of this was just pure grit on the part of the Wildcats. No other way to describe it. They had numerous chances to tie or take the lead. St. Francis always eluded being tied, and then late in the set, of course, off the serving of Jamie Lowe, who would be my vote for the most valuable player of this contest on the St. Ignatius side, brought them to a tying score and then giving them the lead, which they then capitalized on. So St. Francis still having an advantage in terms of sets, but now the idea of a sweep is gone. As the St. Francis girls talking a little bit about what they need to do to pull this off. More unforced errors happened in the third set than in the second, and there were more in the second than there were in the first. So time is becoming a factor, and maybe fatigue too. You can see some of the St. Francis students there across the way. Pretty good crowd for a Tuesday night. And we're just about ready to get going. Whitney Wallace will put it into play for the Lancers in set number 4. And here we go. And Taylor Williams spanking that one down. And for the 4th straight set, the Lancers strike first. Let's see if they're going to build up a lead this time. Taylor Williams tipping, and that one dug out, but then goes out of bounds. And the Lancers with a 2-0 lead. And that one's going to go off the hands of one of the defenders. Unforced error there. St. Ignatius probably realizing they've heard this song before. And that one, ace for Whitney Wallace, and that is number 73 for that young lady. Four nothing Lancers. And St. Ignatius will get the benefit of that one as that deflects off of Taylor Williams, number 2. Your server now is Logan Stern, number 12. We've seen a lot of her tonight. Blocked. This time Taylor not able to get it. Blocked again, and that one's going to be out of bounds. So the Lancers resuming with a 5-1 lead. Claire Egan stepping up again from the far side. And recovered and still in play. Good teamwork there by the Wildcats. Back set, blocked. And then out of bounds. And Sasha Tuma doing the honors there for the Lancers. 6-1 now, St. Francis. And that one's going to be a serving error. And that's the end of that run for the Lancers, and here come the Wildcats. And that's Elise Lau, number 4, stepping up to serve. Dug out by Wallace and tipped. Still in play. The Lancers have control, and it's volleyed over, and that one's going to go to St. Francis. That one headed out of bounds, and it might have been scooped anyway. 7-2 now, St. Francis. And Taylor Williams, who along with Aaron Curtis has the most experience of anybody on this St. Francis Lady Lancers squad. Blocked. Still in play. Back to St. Ignatius. Saved again. Good rally here. Blocked. Looped up. That one. And somehow or another, St. Francis kept that one in play. And this is maybe the best rally we've had all night. And that one's blocked off of the hands of Jocelyn Jones over there on the far side. And the Lancers come away with a point, 8-2. Served there by Williams, and that one, I'm going to put that down as an ace. And that is number 53 for Ms. Williams. And that one, if that had been a little bit closer to the center of the court, might have been dished up perfectly, but it is going to go out. It's a point for the Wildcats, and they'll take over serving. It's Jamie Martin coming in. We've seen a lot of her. She's serving 3-9. Left-handed serve. And that one spanked down as Sasha Tuma gets the Lancers into double digits and restores their serve. Here comes Jamison Martin taking over, number 9. She is also on the lacrosse team here at St. Francis, but this is her first year on the varsity, so no numbers racked up yet. Except that one. That will be a reception error, or a serving error. Tara Hagan now serving, 4-10. That one from this angle looked like it was out, but the Lancers do come away with a point. And Hannah McGuire now serving. It's 11-4. And once again, the Lancers establishing a strong serving game that St. Ignatius has not come up with an answer for. A lot of tipping going on over there, but it did fall for the Lancers to give them a 12-4 lead. And St. Ignatius wants a timeout. So we'll step aside as St. Francis looking to close out this game. St. Ignatius trying to hang in there. We'll be back in 30. Back here at the Alumni Gym in St. Francis High School here in Mountain View, California, as the Lancers trying to put this one away. They have a 2-1 set advantage. St. Ignatius being a game challenger. And a great block there. And it is Bridget Gammons who will get the credit for that one. We haven't heard a lot about Bridget. I think it's her first year on the varsity. She is a middle hitter and a senior. She's number 15. And that one's blocked, and that one goes out of bounds. Gianna Halte taking over again, serving with an 8-point deficit to make up. And that one is blocked and ends up, and again, it's Bridget Gammons who does the honors. And now Erin Curtis with a 9-point cushion to work with, trying to build on it with that huge high toss for her serving. Good control there. That's going to go off of Erin's hands. And that one almost ended up in the balcony over on the St. Francis side. So St. Ignatius getting the ball back. We'll see if they're able to make anything out of it. And Jamie Lowe, who led the serving to that victory in the third set for the Wildcats. And that one, good recovery there. Also a good recovery there by St. Ignatius. Wallace with the dig. And Williams trying to slam it home, no good. And that, again, well, that one, are they going to be able to get it over? Yes, they are. Controlled now by the Wildcats. And St. Francis now. And that one off the roof. Or off the ceiling, or off the support beam. But however you slice it, it's another point for the Lancers. And they can see the finish line at this point. Whitney Wallace, who's had one ace in this match so far. And that one beautifully done and not well handled by the Lancers as St. Ignatius. The Wildcats have done well in controlling the Lancers, but they haven't been able to get a run going. And so they haven't really whittled down the Lancer lead. Poked over there. And it's going to go for the Wildcats, and the lead is down to 7. Great ball placement there, with Logan Stern continuing to serve. Controlled. Somebody's got to keep it in. There's Whitney Wallace. And down for the kill off the hands of Erin Curtis. And it's a 6-point game. So what was I saying about getting a run going? Now it's been 3 points for the Wildcats. Can they make it 4? Yes, they can. And Sasha Tuma can't believe that. And now the lead is down to 5. And good block attempt there, but the point will fall for St. Francis. They reestablish control, and they do get the serve back. They're going to bring in some extra players here, and Claire Egan takes over serving. Her team leading 16-10. Is that one going to be out? Yes, it is. So, good vision again by the Wildcats. They'll get the serve back, and Elise Lau, number 4, taking serving. There's Whitney Wallace. Ooh, high deflection, but that says more about Taylor Williams' power than it does about the St. Ignatius defense. It's back to a 6-point game, 17-11, and there's Taylor Williams herself. I'll put this one into play. Right-handed server. Good dig there. And somebody didn't like that. It was a double hit. And I'm not sure who it was. It may have been Sasha Tuma. I didn't see who it was, but it was a double hit, and so 5-point deficit as St. Ignatius has a chance to capitalize, and that's Jamie Martin now serving, or preparing to. As the Wildcats trying to whittle away, but they don't have a lot of room for error. St. Francis will wrap this up with 8 more points. Curtis is blocked. Now Williams, and beautiful job there right in the middle of the St. Ignatius defense. And we have an 18-12 game. Your server is Sasha Tuma. 6 feet tall, it's her second year on the varsity. It's an ace, and that would be number 27 for Sasha Tuma. At just the right time as the Lancers sneaking up on a 4th set victory. And that one. That's her second or third serving error of the night. And St. Ignatius again with a chance to whittle it down. Tara Hagen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, where she just flipped it over, didn't even watch it. Claire Egan, just a brilliant move. Totally caught St. Ignatius by surprise. Ooh. Oh, a lot of close quarters action here. And that one's going to go out. No. I thought Whitney Wallace might have made a miracle save there. Close quarters there at the net. Almost like a game of ping pong. Paid off for the Wildcats, did not pay off for the Lancers that time. It's a 6-point match. And that one, it will go. And Aaron Curtis once again bringing it home for the Lancers as they've turned the corner now, 21-14. And there's one that won't help her average. That's her second serving error of the night. And again, St. Ignatius with a chance to whittle away on the lead, but can they turn it into a run? Good bluff there, and it worked very well. Tanji Natani was in on that. And it's 22-15 with Whitney Wallace coming up to serve. Kept alive and volleyed back over. Good block there, and St. Francis now having to react, and that one is going to be out. Either they stepped out or it would have landed out, and so St. Ignatius now down 6, trying to make it a 5-point game. And there's Logan Stern. Taylor Williams slamming it home. 23-16 as the Lancers edge closer to ending it in 4 sets. And now St. Francis asks for a timeout, and we'll let them do that. We may finish up here when we come back. Don't go away. Coming back here as the Lancers trying to finish this one off. They look to have a 3-set sweep, but St. Ignatius kind of audaciously took that 3rd set. Now we're closing in on the end of the 4th. Tipped. And we have arrived at a match point for the Lancers. 24-16. St. Ignatius still with no answer. And that one is going to extend the game a little bit as it's down to a 7-point deficit. St. Ignatius refusing to go quietly. And Elise Lau stepping up to serve. Blocked, lands on the floor, and the ball game is over. As St. Francis overcoming a very resilient St. Ignatius team, capturing it 3-1 here on their home court. Well, tonight's camera operators have been Breen Yuen, Josh Young, and Rene Antonio Mendoza. Good to be working with you again, Rene. Our producer was Jacob Peterson. We thank St. Francis High School and the Mid-Penn Media Center for their help tonight. Until next time, this is Mike Messner reminding you, run for the roses, but don't forget to stop and smell them. We'll see you next time.